Welcome to the FX Options Weekly Outlook, a weekly podcast series hosted by Jason Ayres, a top instructor, trader, and founder of OptionSource.net. Join Jason as he discusses the latest trends in the Forex market with a look ahead on the US dollar versus the major currencies using the most commonly used technical indicators.
Well, hi there and welcome to the ISC FX Options Weekly Outlook for September 19th, 2011. As always, this is Jason Ayres of OptionSource.net. Let's start off with a look at the weekly chart of the US dollar index. This is a great way to gain perspective as to how the US dollar has been trading against a basket of currencies. Well, the dollar index pulled back to test support at 76.77 after testing resistance at 78. Now, the 78.79 focal zone remains a key overhead resistance. It is important to note that there is an FOMC statement expected on Wednesday that is likely to have an important impact on the US dollar. Quick look at the daily chart here reflects the important role that 76 plays as support and the overhead resistance sitting at 78. Let's take a look at the CDD, the US versus the Canadian dollar. Well, the CDD closed last week with a test of the bottom range of our support zone sitting at 98. A bounce is likely to revisit the 100-101 focal zone. However, failure to hold 98 opens the window for a retracement down towards 96. Next up, the YUK, the US versus the Japanese yen. Well, the YUK continues to consolidate within the 76.5, 77 focal zone despite several attempts to push higher. A break above 77 should signal a move towards the upside. However, 78 is likely to remain a key overhead resistance level. A break of the 76.5 support level is likely to yield a significant move towards the downside. Let's take a look at the EUI, the US versus the Euro. Well, the EUI pulled back to test a key support at 71.72, leaving the 73.74 focal zone sitting as a key overhead resistance. We may see a retest of this level, and a break above 73 opens the window for a continuation to the upside. However, once again, we are considering Wednesday's FOMC meeting as having an important influence on the continuation of the EUI to the upside. Let's take a look at the BPX, the US versus the British pound. Well, the BPX held above the 62.5, 63 support. This lends credibility to a push towards 64, 64.5. Let's take a look at the AUX, the US versus the Australian dollar. Well, the AUX traded as high as 98 before reversing to test support at 96. A bounce here is likely to retest the 98, 99 focal zone for resistance. Let's take a look at a few of our key points. First of all, the US dollar pulled back as anticipated and now sits at a key support. This week's Fed announcement is likely to play a key role in a bounce and continuation higher or a further pullback. The CDD rejected at 100 as anticipated and now sits at an important support. Based on last Friday's close, we could see a continuation down to 97. However, this week's Fed announcement, once again, will have a key impact. The YUK once again spent last week back down in the 76.5, 77 focal zone and has yet to commit to a direction. We need to wait for a break above 77 to signal a move to the upside. The EUI pulled back as expected, with 71.72 being a major support. We could see a bounce and continuation higher from this level. However, this week's Fed announcement will have a significant impact. The BPX broke above 63 and spent the week consolidating just above this level. A break above 63.5 should signal a continuation higher. The AUX hit high 98, which sits at a key resistance level. 96.97 should act as a key support, and a bounce and follow through beyond 98.99 should signal a bigger picture continuation to the upside. And this has been your ISC FX Options Weekly Outlook for September 19th, 2011. As always, this is Jason Ayres of OptionSource.net, reminding you to sign up for your free webinar at www.optionsource.net. Thanks for joining me here this week. We'll see you here next week.
Thank you for participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. For trading ideas, exchange rates, webinars, news, and commentary, visit www.fxoptions.com. Become an OptionSource.net member. Visit www.optionsource.net. ISE FX options can be easily traded through all options-enabled brokerage accounts. These exchange-listed securities are cash-settled in US dollars and have a European-style exercise.